Hello there everyone, this is Mega Knight here, getting ready to play StarRupture. Now I immediately paused on that because I was thinking of the name, but still, we'll continue on with what we're doing, which means I was prepping for setting up my place over there for the Wolfram plates and the titanium plates. That's what it was. So we are going to need a little bit of building, a little bit of power. Now one thing I've learned is it seems you run faster without anything in your hand, and if you're on powered plates, you have unlimited stamina. You can just run and run and run. As you see, my stamina bar isn't draining, but if I get off the power and I run on here and I drain a little bit and then we get back onto here, you'll see my stamina drain stops. Ta-da! So if you can, or want to, or your computer can handle it, build paths, powered paths everywhere. Now another thing is for these, something I learned is if you put this at the same height, if you press the middle mouse button, you can actually change this height of it. So if you look, there's lock location, which means no matter wherever I look, it stays right there, which means I can run around and be like, okay, I like how this is set up, I like how that's set up, as long as you don't accidentally hit some other button or move too far away. There's a certain distance you can move before, but anyways, so we'll lock and then hit the middle, and then you'll see this little icon, and then you can lower it down and lower it up. But yeah, you can lower it up as high as you want, and depending on the building, the setup you have, like here, and switch that, you can actually sink it down into the pretty much the bottom right here. Basically, you can run all your belts on the ground if you really wanted to, or you can run them up real high. It's your choice. Anyways, if you guys enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification and all that. I try to show tips, tricks, helpful hints. Now, onto this, we're going to collect this because I had already gotten this done while I was in the process of getting a few things. Wind turbines would be nice to get because that increases power, but we're going to need to find rotors. So at this point, if we want to get to the next stage on that, we're going to need to do exploring, because if we go into fabricator, you can see we need the rotor blueprint, we need the tube blueprint, the stabilizer, the stator. So we're going to try and get the plates set up, then we'll get everything moved over. And then, actually, do I have enough build pieces where I don't think I will. So if I come here and, which one was that? This one? Yes. Yeah, this is the only one we can do. In other words, we're stuck until we can make rotors on this level. So we, without a doubt, are gonna have to go exploring. Yay! Which means
I can use that.
Which means when these are all in the process of... Okay. I think eruption's getting pretty close. We can see that the sky is starting to move and the sun is starting to glow, but I think we might have a little bit of time. But I definitely want to get the rest of this set up. So we're going to head over, we're going to get the plates, we're going to get all that. I got to see how many it takes to feed one of these machines, because I think one of these machines can keep up with all those. Actually, no, we'll have to do two of the machines, because two of them, one for each corporation, is basically what we're doing. And so far that seems to be working. It takes roughly an hour to fill up the thing, which is fine. I'm not in a big rush. But, oh, and building, I will say, needs a little bit of work. There's some issues with it. So I'll show you an example of what I mean. Right here, you can see
Ruptura activity detected. I recommend finding a safe place.
You can see here I have these poles. I had to use them to trick this into stability because this had 1, 2, 3, 4. It went up 4 high, but then I couldn't actually place it here. It's like I could set it up like this, and then you can see there it's not stable. But if I went ahead and did this to there, then there, it's allowed me to build. But if I delete this, you'll see that it's still there. I'm going to quickly delete that. Okay, time to go, because we won't have long, and I think I only have one base. Ooh. Oh yeah, gotta love when you're pushing it. And no, I do have 2 bases. Awesome. Yeah, baby, look at that sky. It's gonna blow any second. Gotta love the view. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm safe here. If we're not, I'll just quickly press E. I wonder if we'll be alive. Admittedly, this is stupid to test, but we don't seem to be getting hot.
Raptura's core is unstable. Head to safety immediately.
Well, we're about to see what happens.
Warning. The planet is being incinerated.
That's amazing. You leave this open. Talk about a hell of a first-person view. You just get to watch the blast come right at you. Admittedly, I don't think I can walk out there, so we'll cool this down, open it up, and what I claim. Oh, okay. So yeah, we can't use it yet. Not until we unlock this one. So we gotta get the land management thing, which I gotta see what it takes to make this titanium sheets. So that's, yeah, we're gonna get the titanium sheets up first. Then from there we'll decide what we need to do, when to do it, why to do it. But that was quite a hell of a experience. I think I would have closed the door automatically. Thankfully, this seems to provide a logic where as long as you...
Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
Yay! Gotta love stuff like that. Okay, so we can set one on here. Could not build base core. Oh, what? Overheated. What do you mean overheated? Where is the... Oh. Here? No. Oh well, I can check here. Choose level. So at some point, we need to start working into ceramics. And we need to get to helium-3, and we need to get to we gotta start hunting down meteorite hearts. Then we can upgrade the base. And then from there, I think this should theoretically increase it. Now, if you hit this, you can delete everything within the range of this, and it will give all the materials back. And anything that is dependent on this, anything that if you got overlapping cores like that over there, if that overlaps over here, which it looks like the core, this one stops right about here, based on the fact that these are still just blazing red. This one seems to hit we'll see where this one might actually hit, like right up on. Yeah, these ones overlap. No, definitely. All right, well, we'll worry about that later. Right now, the goal is to get the plates up so we can get those going. We're gonna need 2 machines to make plates. We're gonna need 2 machines making Wolfram and 2 titanium. Woo! I gotta collect. Oh, and another fun part is if you enter build, if you have the drone, there's a secret to. Oh, this tells me the overlapping of this base. So that means this entire corner here overlaps, because if that goes all the way out, well, actually, it might stop right. No, because that one is not written. So a little bit of that corner must be overlapping. But if you pull out your build, you can see there's a point of interest right over there. There's a point of interest right up over there. You may not be able to see it with this in the way, but if you look, there's a red border over there. If you pull out your build thing, that's actually a pain in the butt here. Yeah, perfect. This is not in the way as easy. You can run around and use this to find your point of interest as you want. Like up over there, up over there. I don't know if I can see any more within this distance. Now, if I had a drone, that might be a different story. Actually, we can build there until they decide to go no. But, yeah, that's the point of interest. Anyways, there are purities to these. The structure, the color, the rock tells you. You can see here, these are all garbly, broken, whatever you want to call it. These ones a little bit broken, so this one might be impure, this one might be impure, that one might be impure, but that one there, you can see here, if you come up to here, this one looks pretty decent all around. So this one might not be, this one might be normal. We're gonna have to check over there at some point, but anyways, we're not here for that, and I don't really care about the purities right now. My goal is to get building. So we need to set up this. We need at least one of you. That's in the way. We could go there. That might be there. So maybe we'll go right there. So that should help. Then we can come over. Well, actually, let's get one right here so we can have this decided on out the collision there, just in case. So now, to make, we are gonna have to add in poles because I'm gonna be doing stuff like that. But for now, we'll get the production. So if I remember, we need a fabricator, so we need 2 of these, and then we need 2 to make. Actually, let's test that out real quick. So we'll get one right there, and we'll see what it takes. So we need a titanium bar. So we need to make a smelter. Not enough room, so I am going to want to back it up. I'm going to want to extend this out forward. And the reason why is because then I can take this. Not. Ooh, must have been update. Or lag spike or whatever, but I can take this, raise this up, place it. Okay, hit Y. Now we should be able to place one right there. Then we can cop. Oh no, that raises or lowers it. Well, actually, I might lower it just by 1, but man. Okay, now if I hit C, that should copy this. And actually, I am going to want to have one of those things there, so we need to move this forward and that forward. So we are going to want to take you. Ooh. What the flip? How the... Okay, let's fix that. I'm not sure what the flip happened there, but okay. Nope. Production. Nope. We need, well, actually, we need the smelter. We want it one forward. And then we're gonna want one here. Lock it in place. Gotta love this. Kinda wish there was a little bit of a nudge option so I could, I think we're starting to get too big. I think we're starting to experience, too many, foundations is the issue. Which means we might have to start cutting things or changing things up a little bit. So instead of using foundations for some of these long walkways like this, I might change it up so that it's a foundation like that, then span the gap with a extendable, then expand with a extendable, and change it all up to extendables. That might be what I have to do, because there is a limit to how far you can build and how far you or how much you can build before your game or computer starts going, help me. And mine might potentially be hitting that already, because I don't have the best stop aiming, stop over there. Okay, this might be where the drone would be useful, because then I could fly out and be like, okay, right here, blah, and connect it all together like that. Alright, we are gonna need to go down, so... you know what? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to build a pathway down. The question is, how far down do I have to go? I also need to add in poles under here. I gotta get all this pulled up, because I don't like the structural integrity type of. Actually, I don't know if those are. Wait, I don't remember putting those. All right, well, that takes care of that. But for now, let's have a way up and down. So we take one of you. And can we actually get on here? No. What about here? I think yes. So we can take you there. Take an extendable. Too steep. You gotta be careful on how steep and where exactly you connect. There we go. There are some bugs with this that still needs to be worked out. Like this here isn't... Oh. Still too steep. I did not expect that one. That's actually a new one. Anyways, I guess we'll...
Ruptura status stable.
Yay,
Arcadia status stable.
Survival went up. Apparently every time we survive a Ruptura, we get to go, get a survival. So we might have to do this. In other words, extend it down to like this. Now I could... Gotta love when everything's stable and all of a sudden you just hear that noise. Admittedly, I don't care for it, but meh. Now, I could do ladders and the flip? Are there more connection points that I don't know about? Because this is the second time I've had something connect in an odd location like that. Anyways. Our main goal is to get this, which means we need these, but I gotta make sure these are at the proper height. Personally, I wish there was a way to turn that off, but oh well. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, can't go there. I'll have to lower it down, but I don't want to. You do gotta be careful, because some of these things have issues with placements and they require tricks to get them to work, which is a real fun time. Yeah, kind of figured. Yep. Because sometimes if you place these too low down into the ground, they will have problems. And it looks like I could get away with that, but for now, I guess we'll use this. Lock it right there. Because sometimes these will get too deep into the ground and all of a sudden you can't actually delete them. Like, nope, sweet, I can actually do that one. But yeah, there's a few of them around here that I've got where they're like, oh, sorry, you can't, it's blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, screw that. Anyways, we're going to lock you back in the heights so we can get this all done. The height thing really helps out a lot, like a lot. Now this hopefully should give us enough room. Now the longest part of this has actually been trying to set up a bunch of these. I wish there was a way we can set up a bunch of them without having to go through and do this. And I might have to use some of my structural integrity tricks because I think... Oh no. Sweet. I thought I was going to have to do it. Because there's only so high that these will reach before you... Like that. That one I would have to use the structural integrity trick to get that one to work. So we'll get this all built. Hopefully we'll have everything set up and then we can get it all running over there so we can get that. Then we'll go set up the Wolfram plates. Whoop. Autosave. That's what's causing my lag. Awesome. But there's also probably too many buildings. Whee! And to get these glowing, you sometimes have to reload the game. Because as you can see that... Oh. Conveniently, it lights up. But sometimes it's like, oh, sorry, this isn't gonna work like this. You have to reload. Oh, that's one that I gotta use the trick on. That one too, that one. Now there are other tricks that can make it work. But it becomes a pain, and it's like, and you do gotta be careful, because I think it is possible to get stuck between the poles. And then you'll have to delete. Where the flip did that? Where? What? Huh. It must have been sunk into the ground. If it is, that sucks, because then there's no retrieving it. So one thing I do hope they improve on are these. I figure I've been making them work, but it's a pain. Alright, so now we have that. We'll get this. Too big. Yeah. Get that over there. And then this over here. Now we should be able to get the next two things, and then we should be able to hook up onto there. So we'll get the next machines. Now, if we need to add more or we need to change up the setup, we can. It's just a matter of doing it. That's the fun part about building a bunch of these places. Now, the problem is I can't loop this. In other words, I was going to have it where it's like, okay, this one feeds into here, that one feeds into here. But as far as I can tell, there's no omnidirectional rails, just directional. So we'll go in here, go in there, up here, up here. Well, actually, I could theoretically do this, but it would require me to throw in another one. I would have to throw in like this, lock it in, and lower it down. For some reason, it doesn't like with the foundation there. I may have to actually delete this if I want to do that, but we'll worry about that later. For now, we've got this up. We are going to hook up you into here, you across here. Oh, it must be colliding with me. Then into there, and you to there. Okay. Now we do the bar. The bar. We do. Oh, mother flip nuggets. I chose the wrong things. Dang it. Okay. Delete. Delete. Sometimes even I get hit with blindness. YouTube blindness. But I usually figure it out pretty quick, pretty efficiently. Unlike quite a few other people, it's like sometimes I wonder how they survive. Anyways, lock that, bring it back. Bring that back. Sweet. Railing. You. Oh, actually, that's how I know, because they would actually, if I take from there, I can wrap it into there, then I can wrap that one into there, and then I could have this one feed over to here, so that feeds into this, that feeds into that, this one could feed into that. That's one way to do it, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, we just need to get one of each. So you, and you, and that takes care of the sheets. And now we have the fun part: setting up this. Which actually, do I set it in the middle? We would have to do an even one here if we want it to be the lineup. So maybe we'll do an even one here, and then slap you into. What the? Why? Why way over there? Give me that back. I hate that. Anyways, we'll get you. Slap them here. You. Slap them in there. Slap you. Over here. Perfect. Let me finish the foundations. Well, at least these foundations. Let's just take care of that. You're getting fed with enough. You're getting fed with enough. In fact, you need be getting fed. Oh. Oh. We may not have enough being going in. Oh. I guess it's a good thing that I have you and here. There we go. That should take care of our needs. This is admittedly why I wanted to have this crossed hooked. But now that one's feeding into that one's feeding into this one, so that should take care of all the needs. That takes care of that. So now we're gonna get this ran all the way back, which I probably should have done off camera, but oh well. So slap you in there. Next one. Admittedly, we could aim from a distance, but sometimes it has trouble. I may have to replace some of these with cross sections in the future, depending on how we start doing some of this stuff. But for now, my goal is to get this all slapped up and put together. Woo, 6,000 piece. Then I'm gonna want to try and get the Wolfram going, which should be a little bit easier, a little bit faster, because it's less having to... They're still gonna be building pillars, but it's not gonna be as, what? Why? Stupid thing. I hate that. So back over to here, we'll get this connected in the right spot, hopefully. Then once we get this, we should be able to take care of quite a bit. Okay, perfect. Now we should see a bunch of the plates running. So now we just gotta get the Wolfram going, and then all we gotta do is just let it run. Oh, I can tell where my core limit is if I just run. This all seems to be not in a core. Wait. But I saw this here, that this was... Actually, no, that was hot. Oh, here we are. Okay, so that one reaches out to here, roughly. Now, do we lose core? Actually, while we're going back this way, I'm gonna hook this up. Might as well. No point in wasting time. Now, there's a point of interest way out over there that I'm gonna have to go check out at some point. That too. We're getting close to that too. You can see the long line of plates. Once the initial bunch is all taken care of, we'll be good to go. This here might have to be a setup where I put a cross section in here. But for now, we're gonna set up over here, so we'll do the same thing. So we'll need 2 miners, which we can set up right here. Then we'll have to throw up some power, most likely. Mine. Do I want it like that? Sure. What about you? Yeah, sure. Okay, well, we can extend a little bit out over this way. Might have to do a little bit
Necesito
of...
agua.
Yeah. Might have to do a little bit of finicking because it does collide with some things. Thankfully, this is not a mine spot, so I don't actually have to worry about that. Really. Again, some of the tricky problems. If you come across like that and it's green, but you can't mass build it, sometimes you just gotta single place it. I think right there should be good. We should be able to... Right. Gotta love when things are in the way. Personally, if you have unstable structures, I think that's what causes the most lag. So if you can, you probably want to get as many pillars as possible to minimize structural integrity, checking, blah 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 blah, crud like that. Too long. Okay. So we're gonna need 2 machines, which now that I know, we're gonna need the smelters, 2 of them. So 1 here, 1 here, then leave a gap. Actually, yeah, we can put a thing right there. So next thing, this, might want to leave a 2 gap. Because I might want to crisscross and other things. Oh, we're out of power. Yay! Thankfully, we have all of this over here to play with a little bit of power. Thankfully, we'll get to wind turbines, which should eventually fix this. Under this. Dang it. That sucks. I was hoping not have to put pillars. Oh well. Yeah, that's as far as this will go, so we definitely need more pillars. And dang it. Don't worry, I'll keep that alone, left alone. But that should be enough for a little bit, so we should be able to finish this up. So we'll get you hooked up into here. You get your personal one, and then you get your personal one. We are gonna have to make some stairs. So let's put one of you there. We'll take you, put you there. I love the extendables. Okay, that should be that. So now, for now, we'll stick with just these. Raise it up. Lock it into position. Place one right there. One right there. If we need to crisscross or any of that other... Oh, right. D-lock. Dang it. I meant the D-lock, not... Shouldn't need to worry about actually crisscrossing these. So now we can choose Wolfram. Then we can choose plate and plate. And we'll get an even one for these. Then we'll hook up over there. So we'll get you onto here. Autosave. Yeah, baby. Gotta love when that happens. So get you. If I want it there, I'm going to have to here. And then move it there. No, we'll have it right there. That should be good. Now we can have this one. Perfect.
Necesito agua.
Yeah. Water. Then we'll get this hooked up because you can now see the plates there are moving slowly because they got through the initial bunch. And we'll put this away because I think we run faster without holding something. Now this should take care of that. The problem is we might need more power, but at some point we're gonna have to do some exploration. I might try and conquer that little geo thing over there. I might look for another one, although with being close to this, I'm gonna see if we can check that out. But you can see my most commonly traveled path here, basically straight lines. That would be interesting to be able to make diagonal, but we'll see a whole bunch of plates, Wolfram plates coming pretty soon, falling right behind. Then they'll even out like this. So if you take it, the longest part for me has been setting up the pillars. If we could mass drop pillars everywhere and not have, or in other words, if they adjust these and remove this so that these automatically extend down as far as they need. So let's say these are nice too, and these are nice if you want to make bridges like this. So keeping those are nice, but if they can make the pillars of this one and this one drop down infinitely until they reach stability, that would be very appreciated. Because like, maybe I want to have it like this high, Or, actually, can I lock it and then... But, oh, too far away. But maybe I wanted to get it up that high. Having the pillar extend all the way down to here would be very, very appreciated. Because then it's like, okay, now if I want to build bridges, I can have to use these and do the same thing. Oh, we're at 162 at this core. So what are we at? You're 800 and something points. 880, 96. I forgot, this one is 1 point higher for some reason. I think that might be a bug. Because, like, this is 15. This one's 15, this one's 15, but that one's 16. It's like, what?
I'm so hungry I feel sick.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Personally, I don't like using the the foods. They feel like a waste. They might be faster, but they without a doubt don't give you the hydration and stuff you need for the amount you're using. Like, I shouldn't put 4 of them in and only get 2 worth. Alright, so we're at 16% on those 2. It's only been like 20 minutes since I've set those up, so about another 40 minutes we should have those first 2 completed. This one will be about an hour from now, which means I'll probably accept these off camera just to be like, so I can start getting them all set up and built, because we are going to need I am going to start getting into these. I am going to start getting into the furnace and start looking at that stuff. I am going to look at equipment. Maybe look into upgrading to wind turbines so I can save building. This might be helpful in certain situations, but for now we'll have to worry about it later. I think we're doing pretty good. You can see my entire line of plates coming. Woo! And then we got all those, which there's, you can see if you look closely, there's little dotted dots. Oh. Has it really been that much time for a explosion? That would be 40 some odd minutes. I think these happen roughly every hour. Roughly? No, because I caught it on camera at like the beginning or near, so maybe they're increasing in frequency. Are they? That would be an interesting twist. Because if the AI is programmed to be on a timer, and these start erupting at unoptimal times, it would make it a much more pay attention to your surroundings, and it would increase the odds of potential death by this, because most of the time the AI is like, oh, warning, blah blah blah, and you have like 40 minutes to not 40 minutes, but you got a few you got like a minute or 2 to get to somewhere safe, because that makes these kind of pointless. The only thing the only danger you have to worry about is literally just being out somewhere. But if you're running around and you're building these, where you can pretty much be safe at any time, any reason. But anyways, we've got all this going. We got this. We got those places set up. We can't really do much else until these are done. So I think next episode I'm going to do an exploration one. So basically I'm going to go out and explore and find stuff we need. And then from there decide, and then after that, once we've completed these, start looking at what else we need. Maybe start trying to actually, we may have to actually start start exploring without a doubt. But yeah, you can see within like 10 minutes, this is already up to like a fourth of the way there. And these have already started, but that's gonna take that. What about this? Wire? What about this? I don't think it shows you the next thing. I may have to actually build one of those to see what it takes for the next one. But for now, we'll call it here. So, if you guys enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, I understand. Not much happened. Just running around, getting ready, setting up some stuff. Gonna be doing some exploration because we need to do it. Otherwise, we're trapped, and we'll have to wait till we find the items we need to progress. So, in the meantime, if you want to see more of the series, check out my channel. If you want to see other games I play, check out the in-screen credits. I do play other games in the process. And if you want to be added on to the in-screen credits like these people, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain amount of time, I'll add you on. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy and come back for more. I'm going to look for a bit more of these research things, see if I can dump some resources into this. Might have to start setting up some, whatever you call it, things for titanium rods, storage for some of these items. Anyways, bye-bye.